All you need to do is stop entertaining these red flags and be more selective. Your whole life can be altered just by associating with someone. Hey guys, my name is Brittany. Welcome back to my channel, Royal Harmony. I'll be an inspirational goddess, motivational goddess, you name it. So before I get into this video, I just want to say that I've been dealing with health problems for the past 2 weeks. So I'm really just trying to push through as I make this video, as this is something that I'm passionate about, and I would hope for one day for it to take off to create a great community to talk about mental health related topics. So the future videos I may post like every other week or whenever I see fit. And then I just want to say my friend got me this Apple Watch. So I just want to say that because really we got it to like monitor my heart. So last week we uncovered a lot of information about narcissism, but regarding family members. If you did not watch last week's video, then I would advise that you watch the video because you may be a little lost in this video. Narcissism in friendships is similar in a way, but obviously the interactions are a little different because we can't choose our family members, but we can choose our friends. Some traits that narcissistic friends may have are lack of empathy, need for admiration, gaslighting, jealousy/envy, acting bored, self-promotion, failing to ask about others, and many more. For this video, we're going to focus on lack of empathy, need for admiration, jealousy/envy, acting bored, and failing to ask about others. Lack of empathy, like how we mentioned in the video about narcissistic family members, is when a parent is critical towards you, demanding, and make devaluing comments about you and other people. Lack of empathy and narcissistic friendships is when a friend dismisses your emotions, making you feel neglected. An example would be, let's say you and a friend are out eating and you tell him and her a story about how you recently got laid. They don't really comfort you, but rather just listen and just say, oh, well, that sucked, or okay. And it's like they don't comfort you or even console you to say like, hey, you know, everything will be okay. If you ever need anything from me, just let me know. So it's like at that point in your head, you're like, why did I even bother like telling you, because you don't care. Need for admiration is when a narcissistic friend constantly seeks approval and attention from everyone. It's like they have to be the center of attention all the time, and they tend to revert the conversations back to them and only regarding them. They also try to dominate conversations in order to boost their self-esteem. An example is, let's say you and a friend are out and you guys are dressed up, looking good, smelling good, and then someone approaches you guys trying to flirt. The narcissistic friend is going to try so hard to make sure they get all the attention, and if they do not get any attention at all, they get so upset, and sometimes they may pressure everyone to leave since they're not getting any attention. Boo-hoo. I knew someone like that, and honestly, people like that are very draining and exhausting to be around. Jealousy/envy is when a narcissistic friend constantly downplays your success, achievements, and they may even try to gaslight you. It's so weird because even though they are jealous, they stick around you. It's like, if you're jealous, please leave, because I do not want that energy around me in my life. They tend to stick around because deep down inside they wish they had some traits that you have and the same materialistic things that you have. They see how people interact with you and how people enjoy your presence and company, and they want that. They crave that. An example of this would be, let's say you buy a brand new MacBook and your friend sees your new MacBook and they do not have anything positive to say, or they may not say anything at all because you can see it in their face. They're envious because actions speak louder than words. But guess what? The next time you see them, they bought the same MacBook as you. I actually knew someone like this growing up. Like, there was this girl, like everything my mom would buy me or did for me, she asked her parents to like buy her the same thing or sign her up for the same thing as me, like the same extracurricular activities. Like one day my mom bought me an iPod, and then the next time I saw her, she got an iPod. Then my mom bought me an iPod case for Christmas. Then all of a sudden I see that she has an iPod case as well. My mom signed me up for dance lessons, and then next week I'm like, wait, so when did you sign up for dance lessons? Like, this girl wanted to beat me so bad and turn people against me that it's just so sad. Acting bored is when a narcissistic friend acts bored or does not engage in conversations when it is not about them. An example is, let's say you're out eating with a friend and they finish talking about them, and then it's your turn to speak. As soon as you start talking, they pick up their phone and they start scrolling. Like, I just sat here listening to your stories and I really did not want to listen to them, and you can't even do the same for me in return? Okay, Noted. Failing to ask about others is when a narcissistic friend keeps the conversation and friendship one-sided. OMG. I have encountered this so many times in my past friendships, like I don't even know like which example to use. So let's say you're texting a friend and every time they text, they redirect the conversations to about them. Or they're complaining about something and dropping all that crap on you. Or they're bragging about something. Like no matter what, it just always seems like a monologue rather than a dialogue. Another example is, let's say you're hanging out with your friend and they're having relationship problems. Instead of just telling the story what's going on and moving on from the story, that is the main subject the whole night. And it's like no matter how many times you try to direct the conversation to another subject, they just find a way to move the conversation back to about them and their problem. It's like you can't just say what's on your mind and chest and move on and say, anyways girl, like how have you been? How is your dog? Like how's work? You know, something along those lines. Like why does it have to be about you the whole night? Like, that's wrong. How to stop entertaining these narcissistic friends. 1, stop responding back to them. 2, decline their invitations to hang out. And 3, avoid them as much as possible. Like, run, Forrest, run. Like, do the dash. Put in less effort into the friendship, because if they truly valued you and their friendship, like, they would not act and treat you like this. And all you need to do is stop entertaining these red flags and be more selective. Like, your whole life can be altered just by associating with someone. The more you entertain these narcissistic friends, the more they think it's okay to treat you like this because you're allowing it. I'm a nice person, so it is hard for me to say no. It still is, but I'm learning that you cannot allow people to disrespect you and play in your face. Do not allow that at all. Please respect yourselves, because these narcissistic friends come in all shapes and sizes, and unfortunately, they tend to gravitate towards nice people as they know they can manipulate and run over us. If you encounter a failing to ask about others, like narcissistic friend, you need to tell them in a polite way, like, hey, I know, like, you know I appreciate our friendship and we already spoke about this subject. Is it okay if we could talk about something else? Or if you have a friend that tends to talk about themselves like every time you guys hang out, what you can say is like, hey, I really want to share this awesome news that I just found out and I want to tell you now. And then just start speaking. Like, don't leave room for them to speak, because if there's dead air, they will find the opportunity to revert the conversation back to them. I do not recommend trying to speak or reason with a narcissistic person about their actions, because you just cannot. I repeat, you cannot. They will be in denial. Alright guys, so that is the end of my video. Next week will be Q&A week. Yay! So don't forget to submit your questions for the chance to be answered during Q&A week on October 28th. I will drop the link down in the description so you can send me your questions. I'll be posting affirmations on Wednesday on the Royal Harmony Instagram page at royalharmony.co. Don't forget to like, subscribe, email me, and follow the Royal Harmony page. Thank you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye!